Good afternoon and welcome. I am Ruth Irwin. I'm the director of the nursing programs at the Westmoreland County Community College. Today you will experience the Associates in Applied Science Nursing Program's pinning ceremony. As family and friends attending, this is your celebration. I encourage you to come forward and take as many pictures of your graduate as you would like. You have supported and encouraged these graduates as they made their way through the nursing program. Today, you share in their success, and you can be proud of their accomplishments. It is fine with us if the children are a little noisy or wave. They're excited today, too. To begin our program, we will now be led in an opening prayer by John Willis III. He is now the past president of the Student Nurses Association of Pennsylvania, W3C's chapter. John?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for helping us get here today and for all we have accomplished. I pray that you would bless this graduation ceremony and everything it represents in our lives and in the lives we touch. Please bless our families for all they have sacrificed for us. We thank them for their support in nursing school and in our lives. Lord, please bless WCCC, the instructors and faculty, and help them to continue to prepare nurses for their careers. Bless our nursing instructors and faculty for all their hard work and dedication to our learning and success. Lastly, I ask that you would direct us in our careers and give us guidance to help every patient we come in contact with and to provide them with safe, effective, and ethical care. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you, John. The class may be seated. The nursing faculty is proud of the accomplishments of these graduates, and I would like to take a moment to introduce and recognize the faculty who helped each and every one of you to be successful. As I call your name, please stand. And this is by alphabet, so you all know that. Mrs. Carcella, Mrs. Friedberg, Dr. Gediminskas, Dr. Grabiak, Mrs. McIntosh, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Pilenkircher, Mrs. Rogers, Mrs. Snyder, Mrs. Walters, Ms. Ward, Mrs. Zuzik, our Nursing Learning Resource Center faculty, Heather Bolton, Mrs. Denali, Mrs. Kostelnik, Mrs. Shedlock. We also have several of our adjunct faculty here this afternoon. Mrs. Mensch, Mrs. Turner, Ms. Essay. Did I miss anyone? No one's hiding in the back? Okay. Additionally, we have our secretaries. They work silently in the background to help and support the faculty and myself in all the details that make the program run smooth as silk. They also help and support our students too. Jessica Mahokey and Melissa Sassis. Now, just so the graduates of the W3C nursing program class of 2014 are moving on to the next phase of life, we have two distinguished faculty moving on to retirement. Now I'm asking Pauline Friedberg and Rebecca Zuzik to please stand and be recognized. Okay. I want to thank you both for all the years you worked so hard in educating our nursing students. You will be missed, but I wish you the best in your retirement. Now, additionally, I need to introduce several other folks here on the stage. Dr. Malloy, our Dean of Nursing, Health Professions, and Natural Sciences. Dr. Ruiz, the Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs. Dr. Carruthers, the Associate Vice President of Academic. And last but not least, Dr. O'Bara. Dr. O'Bara will retire at the end of June, so this is his last pinning ceremony as the president. So, what is the pinning ceremony? It is a rite of passage and signifies completion of the educational requirements of the nurse. Now, the ancestor of the nursing pin is the Maltese Cross. The Maltese Cross is also known as the Amalfi Cross and is the cross symbol associated with the Knights of the Hospitaller, which are the Knights of the Malta. The cross originally was 8-pointed and has the form of 4 V-shaped elements joined together at their tips, and so that each of these arms had 2 points. Its design is based on crosses used since the First Crusades. Both the Knights Hospitaller and the Order of St. Lazarus had significant historical contribution to the foundation of hospital standards. They were pioneers in communicable disease care, such as leprosy, syphilis, and other chronic skin diseases, and established one of a few hospitals in the territories of their reign. As the Renaissance period progressed, the use of the symbol evolved into family coats of arms, and they were given to those who were providers of exclusive services. Such pins were then awarded to nurses. It recognized them as nurses who are educated, trained, and experienced in this field. Florence Nightingale was the founder of modern nursing. She started the tradition over 150 years ago by presenting graduates of the nursing school she founded with a medal or symbolic badge of courage. The medal was meant to encourage her students to faithfully serve the injured, sick, and dying in challenging situations and often dangerous circumstances. Over the years, this medal evolved into a pin indicating the institution from which the nurse received their education. It is usually made of a metal such as gold or silver. It's worn by the nurse to identify the nursing school from your graduation. The registered nurse pin of W3Cs is gold and oval shaped. It is designed with the college name, Westmoreland County CC, encircling the W3C initials. The bottom of the pin boldly identifies the nurse as an AD graduate. They are presented today to the newly graduated nurses during this ceremony. It's your initiation into the profession. Each graduate will also light a candle today. It is a representation of the lamp used by Florence Nightingale. During the Crimean War, she made history by taking 38 women to Turkey to nurse the sick and wounded British soldiers. Often, Nightingale was seen working late into the night, carrying a lamp to visit the bedside of patients she was treating. This earned her the nickname, the Lady with the Lamp, and the lamp icon became the symbol of nursing. At the conclusion of the ceremony today, these graduates will recite the Nightingale Pledge and light their candle. Now remember, to the graduates, this is your entry into practice. Persevere. You need to continue your education. Your next step is your NCLEX RN examinations for licensure. Now, in your pocket, did you all receive a token from the faculty in the cafeteria? Now I want you to reach into your pocket and feel this token you were given today. Hold it in your hand. Now, when you embark out into the world and are working on your own, and you are there in its times of stress and unknown, reach into the pocket and feel this little marble. Think, what would my teachers do? What would they do? The marble you touch today has been touched by them all. Know in your heart that you are trained and well prepared. Take a deep breath at these trying times and trust your gut. You are a nurse. And remember that as long as you carry this token, you will never lose all your marbles. Okay? Now, it is with my pleasure that I introduce Dr. Kathleen Malloy, Dean of the Health Professions and Natural Sciences, to the podium. Dr. Malloy.
Down even more. I really should have brought some Vera Bradley bags up and some Yankee candles to sell before this event. I feel so out of place. The class knows that's an inside joke. In preparing for this speech, I guess I could have talked about how hard you studied or how well you did on clinical. But one word kept on popping up in my head about this class. That word was engaged. This class was particularly engaged in their new profession from day one. Involved in activities, greatly interested in everything they did, committed to success, and always focused. Most students leave campus after classes are done, not this class. They mingled in the hallways and in our office, working on fundraising and conference and other projects. This is National Nurses Week, and the theme for this week's celebration is Nurses Leading the Way. I have this compelling sense that those graduating today from the WCCC nursing program will be natural leaders in nursing for the future. Leadership has been defined many ways in the literature. However, several features are common to most definitions of leadership. For example, leadership is a process, involves influence, usually occurs in group settings, involves the attainment of a goal, and leadership exists at all levels. Kind of sounds like this class. Three things are essential to leadership are authority, power, and influence. Effective leaders of today should use more influence and less authority and power. It is more important to be able to motivate, persuade, appreciate, and negotiate than to merely wield power. This includes modeling by example, building caring relationships, and mentoring where and when needed. Kind of sounds like this class. Leaders do more than delegate, dictate, and direct. Leaders help others achieve their highest potential. That may be your patient, another nurse, or a member of your team, or for the past 2 years, your classmate. Again, sounds like this class. The current nursing shortage is a serious problem at all levels of nursing, even at major research centers and teaching hospitals. Chief officers are lamenting the scarcity of nursing staff. A factor in all of this is the dearth of leaders among nurses. Not only should nurses be leaders in the clinical care setting, but also in healthcare legislation and policy making. No, I am not talking about nurses only with many years of experience being leaders. I am encouraging all of you who are just entering this profession to step up and become engaged in your profession. As you enter this new profession, you need to know you can be a leader in more than just clinical issues like patient safety and physician relationships. You can be a leader in fiscal responsibilities, reimbursement issues, legislation that affects patient care from both the nurses and the patient's perspective. You have already shown that you are engaged in your profession. With the current conditions and rapid changes in our healthcare system, now is the perfect time for you to become even more engaged in your professional organizations and issues. Today, you are entering the largest of the healthcare professions, 3.1 million strong. It is not just the sheer numbers of nurses that give us a voice. It is what we do with that voice to make a difference that really counts. You have started your professional journey engaged and active. I have seen that in the hallways. My hope is that you continue this journey and stay engaged, because you will make a difference. I wish you the best of success in your new profession. I am very pleased now to introduce again Dr. Daniel Aubert, the president of Westmoreland County Community College, and we would all like to stand and thank him for his contributions to our nursing program over the years. Thank you, Dr. Aubert.
Thank you very much. I just want to offer my congratulations to the 2014 nursing class. You've completed a very, very rigorous program, as I'm sure I don't have to emphasize. But it's rigorous for a purpose. I mean, we deliberately make it as rigorous as possible so that when you do graduate, you do have the skills and the competencies to be excellent nurses. And we know that that's true because of the feedback we get from the hospital that you work in. I don't know how many times I've run across people who have been in a hospital or in a doctor's office, and they indicate that their nurse, through some conversations, was an individual who graduated from Westmoreland County Community College, and they rave about that nurse and what great care they receive from from the nurses. So that happens to me quite frequently, and I know that all of you out there are doing such an excellent job because of the rigor of our academic program. So I congratulate you on completing that program, and one of the really important things for us here at the college is to try to have more and more students be able to complete their program, not only in nursing, but in the other healthcare areas, as well as all of our areas. And so the faculty have set up all kind of programs in terms of the simulations, in terms of the tutorials, to work with the students coming through the program, knowing how rigorous it is, and to try to get more and more of the students who begin the program to complete that program at the end and get the degree and, of course, pass the licensure exam in the next month or so. And we're doing better and better with that. And as you know, if you were here last night, we had 1,000 graduates here, over 1,000 graduates, which is the first time in the history of the college. And nursing, of course, is our largest major, and so the more of you that complete the program, the larger our graduating class will be. So thank you for all your efforts and all the sacrifices you made in order to complete your program. I do want to encourage you to continue your education. You may not start immediately in the next year or so, but 2, 3, 4 years down the road, some of you may start right away, but really consider going on for that BSN degree, and then possibly a master's degree, and maybe even beyond that, because there are so many opportunities for you. And we have so many programs with Penn State, New Ken, and Carlo, and IUP, and so forth, where you can get credit for all your work and continue on for that bachelor's degree. And then maybe someday you can come back, as one or two of our nursing faculty have, graduated from our program, went on, got a master's degree, and now are teaching for us. And I think that's such a great way to pay back, to be able to make that loop and come back and teach in our program. So I encourage you to do that. I also want to commend you on your service to others throughout the year. I know through your SNAP organizations and other activities, you were out doing health cares in various locations throughout the county, as well as other activities, volunteer activities. And I commend you on that, and we really appreciate your efforts. And lastly, I just want to let you know that we'll always be here for you. If you want to come back and take some additional classes, you are now alumni, so you're now free to contribute to our alumni fund. And we'll be contacting you in that regard. But you will always be welcome back at Westmoreland County Community College, and you'll always be friends of the college. So congratulations and good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Ibarra. I would now like to introduce Nicole Reeves. Dr. Nicole Reeves is our Vice President of Academic Affairs and Student Services.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And I'd like to congratulate you again on your accomplishments today. You have matriculated through one of the premier programs here at the college, and you will provide a significant service to the community and the world if you choose. Now, I understand that to become a nurse, it takes long hours of studying and homework and clinicals, culminating into a minimum of a 3-hour board examination. But according to the national statistics, all of your hard work will pay off. Some of you probably already have jobs, but according to the national statistics, there will be a demand of 2.7 to 3.5 million nurses over the next 10 years. Also, the median salary nationally for nurses with an RN degree is $64,000, which is well above the median salary for graduates of four-year institutions. So you are definitely positioned for greatness and to be successful. And so this afternoon, we salute you. And I always tell graduates that I speak to not to rest on your current laurels, but to continue on towards even greater success. And so I would like to conclude by sharing with you 4 principles that I believe will assist you along the way in being successful. Prepare. And you're all prepared. It is not the will to win, but the will to prepare to win that makes the difference. Paul Bryant. Dream and act. To accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act. Anatole France. Think big. The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving the mark. Michelangelo. And then finally, grow. We're all faced with a series of great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. Life is about growth. The challenges of life, the seeming impossibilities, are all really just opportunities for you to grow. Chris Swindle. And so with that said, I will end by saying that we are extremely proud of you here at WCCC. And when you are successful, we have been successful at accomplishing our mission. And so I congratulate each of you again, and I wish you well in your careers as a nurse. Thank you.
Number 3, characteristic, grow. Think 60 days, no longer that you take your boards, right? Think big. This time next year, you will be in an advanced degree program, right? Okay, that's growing and thinking big. I am pleased now to present the nominations and winner for the Excellence in Nursing Practice Award. This recognition is given each year for students who have demonstrated excellence in the clinical setting. This award comes from the faculty who nominate students who have shown commitment and integrity throughout the program. Nominees are then forwarded to the Student Standing Committee, and the final award recipient is then chosen by the faculty at their next faculty meeting. First, I will announce the nominees and ask them to come up on stage and be recognized, and then I will announce the winner. So would you please step on stage after you've come up the steps? First nominee, Crystal Shawley. Next nominee, Douglas Kwok. Next nominee, Ashley Petticord. Bethany Porter. Amanda Brewer. Michelle Yakabuchi. The last nominee before the winner is Megan Siebel. Did I say that wrong, Chad? Chad told me, Megan's dad works here, and he told me I messed up her name at graduation last night. I'll never get my books. Seibel. And the winner of the 2014 Excellence in Nursing Practice Award is Lee Eshelman. We also have a plaque for Lee in the Clinical Excellence in Nursing Practice Award. Give these students a nice round of applause.
Now we are going to have the presentations of the graduates. The faculty ushering the graduates to the stand here will be Mrs. Shedlock and Mrs. Bolton. For the presentation of the graduates, Ms. Ward for Youngwood students, Mrs. Walters for the Green students, and Mrs. McIntosh for the Indiana students. We will. Share this. We'll find out. Do you want to just hand it to each other? We're good here now. We're on. Thank you. Great. Oh my God. Asunta K. Hatiwe. Rachel Lacolo. Carly Yelanik. Kelly Sullenberger. Rachel B. Ward. Kathleen Yost. Nicole Petrosky. Shayna Jones. Renee Jakowski.
Caitlin Bezick. Sarah Klom. Thank you. Adrian Alger. Sarah Wyman. Congratulations. Kayla Brooks. I don't need help with your name. Melissa Kelly. Thank you. Congratulations. Rachel Giacomelli. Thank you, Allison. Congratulations. Allison Abstarchak. Michelle Yacobucci. Amy Zimkowski. Joyce Albright. Heather Kelp. Amanda McClellan. Catherine Sickmiller. Chelsea Fabry. George?
Stephanie Benson. Bethany Porter.
Thank you. Sorry. That's okay. Kim Kraus. Mary Trout Fennel. Jessica Rittenauer. Brianna Pressey. Lindsay Labuda. Samantha Rhodes. Chelsea Harshel. Ivy Gray.
How do you pronounce it? April Pratt. Do you want me to say N? Ashley Summersgill. Angela C. Burry. Sarah French. Rebecca Lash.
Leanne D. Phillips. Amber Mock. Jonathan Morris. Angela Collins. Crystal Shawley. Aaron Lohr. Cassandra Powers. Megan Seibel. Larissa Zumbro. Chrissy Chinchok. Tiffany Beldowski. Oh, that's right. I'm back.
Melissa Clausen. Amanda Brewer. Carrie Fulton.
Stephanie Sanner. Jessica Fordyce. Rachel Hickson. Julie Ann Hamborski. Forgetting. Well, I taught everybody.
Lindsay Leonard.
See, I told you I'd mess up. Not yours. Brandy Winsick. Ashley Petticord. Katie Scott. Sandra Elliott.
Elizabeth Schultz.
Lee Eshelman. It's been a while. Tiffany Knetzer.
Jesse Renwick.
Jason Wojciechowski. Doug Kwok. Congratulations.
Eric Dietrich.
John Wheelis.
Okay, if I start, can't
Now
I just
the
light each one
faculty
if I,
will light the candles
That's how we
in the
did it.
lamps.
after I light yours, then you just pass yours down. Light it, okay? Yeah.
And we will be led in the ICN pledge by Mrs. Shedlock. Would you light the candles? Yeah, you can light 'em.
And now we will recite the pledge of the International Council of Nurses. If there are nurses in the audience, please stand and recite with us. In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level, and I will loyal support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Nursing Ethics and to uphold the integrity of the professional nurse. Thank you for joining us today. The graduates will remain on stage for photographs and then join their families after our conclusion. We thank you for coming and have a wonderful evening.